the Waterborne surfskate adapter. Let's review it. So this is different than other adapters that are on the market because they focus on creating a universal adapter that doesn't use any springs. If you're familiar with any of the other surfskate companies out there, then you know that they, for the most part, utilize some sort of spring, but that's not what Waterborne does. They actually use a cube bushing mixed with ball bearings and washers. I'd say the downside of this design is that if you're going to do turns and you compare it to a Smooth Star or Yao, which they both utilize a spring, you don't have that resistance like pulling you back, which some of you might actually like. But then the advantage of this is it's less likely to rust or break if you compare it to like a spring loaded adapter. It's pretty straightforward to install. You mount your front truck to the adapter, screw it onto your deck of choice, and use riser pads or the rail adapter to level it out. It weighs just over a pound if that's something you were curious about, which is right in the middle compared to Yao or Smooth Star. It's definitely durable. I mean, I've hit it up against curbs and dropped it a bunch of times, and I've had no issues with it. Now, does it get wheel bite was another top comment that you guys wanted to know. You would think that since this carves super aggressively, wheel bite is common, but that's actually not the case. They have a built-in wheel bite limiter. Essentially how it works is once you hit 35 degrees, it stops. So that's a really cool feature that I thought I would share with you guys. You would think you're more likely to get it with this, but because of the way it's designed, in most cases, you're not gonna get wheel bite. Can you add it to any sized board? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. I've seen footage of Waterborne putting their adapters on like a 10-foot board, which is crazy for most scenarios, but honestly, it just comes down to your riding preference. I've put it on my Tan Tien, my Lander, Dinghy, and a bunch of other boards, but for my riding preference, I've found that I like a 30 to 32 inch length deck and then a 16 to 18 inch wheelbase. That's just me. I know other people probably like something different, but you kind of just got to test it out with a bunch of different things and see what you like. I've also started to notice that the e-skate community is adopting these on their builds, which is pretty interesting to see. So yeah, you can really use this on a longboard, mini cruiser, anything you can think of. It all just comes down to what type of riding you want to do, which brings me to the next question. Should you get this adapter and put it on a current cruiser that you might have, or should you just skip it and get a complete? Now, you're probably gonna hate me for this, but I really just can't make a blanket statement here. Everyone's situation is different, but I think if you already have a cruiser laying around and you're not sure if you're even gonna like surf skating, then picking up one of these adapters definitely makes sense. It really does come down to what type of riding you wanna be doing with surf skates. I mean, if you're looking for something that's gonna be the closest to surfing and you can use as like a technical surf trainer, then I personally would recommend a Smooth Star Complete because that's gonna take out all the guesswork for you. When you're buying this adapter, it is obviously gonna be cheaper, but you're gonna have to spend some more time on it, like modifying it to see what you like and what you don't like. I kind of wish before I went ahead and bought my first surf skate that I went with the Waterborne adapter kit, because that would have allowed me to see what wheelbase I liked, what I didn't like, what deck length is perfect for me. It's really personal preference. And I know this whole video is kind of just me saying it's personal preference, but I hope you get my point.
It's personal preference.
All right, so is it worth it or not? For the price, I really don't think you could go wrong with Waterborne. Just keep in mind that with surf skates, they're a lot higher off the ground than, you know, traditional cruisers because of the adapters and to prevent wheel bite and the riser pads. I have come across people that are like, you know, the height of it was just too much for me. And that's totally understandable. So I just wanted to add that in there so you're aware of that. I'm definitely a fan of Waterborne, and I think it's also worth mentioning that I've never come across someone that's had a bad experience with the company. That's something that's important for me at least, and I think you guys should be aware of. When I buy something, I want to rest assured that if anything does go wrong, that the company is going to stand behind their product and make things right. Great customer service, a solid, high quality product. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, Waterborne, I approve. All right, guys, I hope this video was helpful for you and answered some of your questions. If you're new around here, subscribe and hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video later.